actually shaking because it's hurting so much. Now that she's in the crush, we'll get this washed off so that you guys can get a clear look of exactly what is going on. I already know that this is tonocrosis, an infection that's killing the bone inside her hoof capsule, and in turn making her hoof rot from the inside out. So I'm going to use my nippers here just to show you how much you can actually take off with the nipper. It'll also stop all the vibrations going through her foot, so it should try to limit any pain that's connected with the problem. We're going to take a huge amount off with these here nippers. The sole of the hoof wears away more quickly than the wall horn, and that's why sometimes you're left with this high ridge of wall horn around the outside edge. These lines are the lamina, where the lamina corium inside her foot actually grips and holds onto the wall horn itself. Once we've removed that, and I hold my fingers up next to her foot, you can see just how overgrown that outer or lateral claw truly is. I use my grinder to finish off shaping and correcting the medial or the inside claw. Believe it or not, this is vital to ensure that the cow has stability once we've completely fixed both feet. She needs to be standing flat, true and even on the surface of the floor. So there's actually a crack running right the way through her foot here. And if I actually get my hands, I can twist it like that, you'll see all of this is detached. I'm actually going to take it off with the grinder though, because it'll be quicker. Make absolutely no mistake about it, this foot being up in the air on that paddle in this crush or in any crush is hurting this cow. But unfortunately, it's the lesser evil. We need to put her in the crush and we need to lift this foot in order to make her much more comfortable. So a little bit of discomfort right now is well and truly worth it. Although I'm absolutely certain this is tonocrosis, what I don't yet know is how far in it actually goes. So I need to reanalyze the foot constantly as I'm using my grinder to make sure that I don't hit any healthy or live tissue, which, believe it or not, is much more easily said than done. When a cow gets tonocrosis, the bone in the interior is rotting away, leaving the exterior wall horn and the sole intact, with a massive void right up through the centre or the heart of her foot. Tonocrosis happens to varying degrees, and no two cases are the same. Because this is a severe problem, which isn't going to be fixed in a matter of weeks, we use a plastic block. This won't wear out at all, and will give her a much better degree of comfort for far longer. Once that's in place, we carry on with the trim, removing as much of the detached hoof horn around the lesion as we possibly can, while also removing even more height from the heel of her affected foot. As we do that though, we touch and feel with our fingers to make sure we're not going too thin, before moving back to the problem at hand. I said earlier that I would try to use my nippers as much as I could to reduce the amount of vibrations and therefore the discomfort of the cow. However, this trim is taking much longer than I would like for the cow to be in the crush, so the grinder is much more appropriate. As delicately as I can, I work around the open lesion. That claret you can see in the lesion is not from me cutting into her. It's from me removing what was covering it up and it being allowed to expel from the area. Now that it's completely exposed, I'm sure we can all understand and appreciate why it's been causing her so much discomfort. In virtually all cases of tonocrosis which have been closely studied by vets, they found the bacteria which cause dermatitis present, so it stands to reason that this one will be exactly the same. So we treat it with Repoderma and salicylic acid, held in place by a bandage. Here's how this cow was walking just a few short minutes ago. Her sore foot was causing serious discomfort and not striking the ground correctly. Now she's able to plant that inside claw firmly on the ground and walk with a truer stride. She's not fixed, but she's definitely more comfortable than she was just those few minutes ago. And for me, that is job done.